Though it is really hard not to compare yourself and not feel anxious, just relax and tell yourself that everything's okay and that you're going your own way. As long as you haven't given up, you are at your right place. Do not worry. Hello, it's Stacey. I think 2020 has been a very long year. If I think of what I did in January, I did not expect this year to play out like this, but it is finally coming to an end. It's really good to reflect on yourself and how you lived for the past 1 year and how you're going to be living in the next 1 year. 2020 definitely has taught me a lot. I have changed a lot as a person. I like to believe that I've matured a lot as a person in 2020, and here are some of the things that I've learned this year. First of all, I began to read a lot more than I used to. I experimented with different genres of books as well. I always stuck to literature because I do like literature the most, but this year I tried reading biographies, self-development books, non-fictional books, and all the other sorts of books as well. And reading books honestly do always teach me a lesson, and self-development books are obviously very good if you want to organize your thoughts and life, and also when you want to have a clear goal and how to achieve them. The next point is that resting and relaxing is a necessity. It's good being a hard worker. I'm not saying that you should be lazy and all, but if you're working hard, you need to know how to take a rest as well. Without taking a break, your body and your mind is going to wear out and you will be burnt out. And when you're burnt out, your energy and your productivity level goes down to 0. Just because you're working hard every single day without taking a break doesn't mean you're going to be more productive overall, because there will come a time where you just won't be able to do anything because your body and mind will need to catch up to the energy that it's been spending and without refueling it. We are just like our phones and our laptops. We need to be constantly charged. Otherwise, we will be out of battery and we'll be very useless. We won't be able to work at all. That's the thing with taking a break. There is always going to be something to do. You people tend to say, oh, after this I'll take a break, after this I'll take a break, but after that one task is done, another task will come up. But no, you need to take the break when you are needed, not when this task is done and the next task is done. I used to be that person, like I would get very anxious when I take a rest or when I'm relaxing. I used to always feel like there is always something to do and I felt guilty for resting or playing game or whatever. But this year I learned that's not true. Taking a break is one of the most essential tasks you must do in your daily basis. One very effective way of taking a break without procrastinating is to schedule your break. I read this from this book, I forgot which one it was. And what you do is when you're planning out your day, so you know I have to do this, whatever, you put your taking a break into the schedule as well. So if you don't execute it, that means you didn't get through all of your to-do lists. That way you'll be able to take a break without feeling guilty. Like I said, a lot of people have problem with taking a break or relaxing because they feel like there's always something to do and they're not doing enough. The reason for the anxiety is that us humans like to compare ourselves to our surroundings or the people that we know. And that's kind of really toxic, guys, because every single one of us is so individually unique and different. We cannot compare ourselves to others. You are your own standard. Some people succeed early, some people succeed later. They're just going at their own pace, so you shouldn't be trying to catch up to others. You know that cheesy quote, life is not a 100-meter sprint, but a marathon. So you shouldn't be sprinting at the beginning in order to catch up to the person at the very front. Though it is really hard not to compare yourself and not feel anxious, just relax and tell yourself that everything's okay and that you're going your own way. As long as you haven't given up, you are at your right place. Do not worry. To help you feel better about who you are and what you're doing right now, just remember that life is so unpredictable. You don't even know what you're going to feel like tomorrow, let alone what you might want to eat in the evening. So what's the point of worrying about 3, 5, 10 years later? Things are going to change. You cannot predict it, you cannot plan it. It's not going to go exactly the way you thought it would. Obviously, it's very important to have a big picture of what you want, and that will eventually come as well. You cannot force that. So as long as you're not doing anything that you're feeling uncomfortable about or something that you think you're going to regret, it's okay. Just live in the moment, just enjoy what you're doing. You cannot live for the potential of the future. You need to live for now and what will make you happy now. But in saying that, remember how I said the big picture is very important? One of the things that you need to take care of now for your future self that your future self cannot possibly change or take care of is your health. Always have health as one of your priorities in your life. This year, I have become much healthier than the years before. As you've seen in my previous videos, in my morning routine videos and everything, I'm trying to eat much healthier. I don't consume as much unhealthy food as I used to. On top of that, I drink much more water. I always stretch in the morning, go for runs, and work out regularly to keep my body healthy and nice. Not only my physical health, but my mental health has become much healthier this year as well. Like the things I listed before about how to be okay with yourself, living in the moment, and not getting too anxious or knowing how to take a break and all that. That's all very good for your mental health. Healthier mind equals healthier life, and healthier life equals happier life. And one of the key things that I learned and have changed this year is my perspective on love and relationship. I have always been such a love kind of person, marriage kind of person. I was so focused on finding that one true love and getting married and all that. And don't get me wrong, I am not saying that I have given up on love and love doesn't exist, I don't want to get married. No, but I definitely did realize that I shouldn't be focusing on love and finding somebody else. I should be focusing on myself. Because when you are looking for love, relationship, and marriage or whatever, you are ultimately trying to depend on somebody else. And that is very unhealthy. You should know how to be happy on your own and know how to stand on your own in order to be able to get into a healthier relationship. Not only romantic relationship, but friendship or your relationship with your family and all that. Because when it comes to love, it shouldn't be about receiving, but it should be about giving. But how are you going to give care and love for somebody else when you don't have care and love for yourself? So it's extremely important to be able to be independent and be able to stand on your own. Lately, I have been focusing a lot on myself and, to be honest, just solely on myself, and I haven't been happier. I'm too busy focusing on myself, learning, developing, and doing my work, and always just doing what's healthy and good for me, which makes me ultimately a happier person. And when you're a happier person, trust me, you're going to attract that other happy energy and you'll be double happy. Talking about happy energy, the last thing that I have learned in 2020 is that you have to surround yourself with good people, with good energy that make you feel good. Now, what I realized this year is that nice doesn't necessarily mean good for you. They could be nice people, but they may not be good people for you specifically. Maybe they are better matched for other people, friendship, love, whatever it may be. It is completely okay to stay away from nice people simply because you personally don't get along with them. If you feel tired, if you feel obliged to meet them and hang out with them, that's not a real friendship. You're looking at it as a task and it's draining your precious energy that you could be spending on other people or on yourself. I'm not trying to say be mean to other people that you don't get along with or just completely ignore them. No, always keep the minimum level of respect, obviously, and be good to them, be nice to them. But if you don't want to hang out with a specific group of people, or if you don't want to do something with somebody, you just tell them, hey, I'm not really feeling good. You shouldn't feel guilty about shutting them down. They might really like you. They might get good energy from you. But that may be because they're taking all your good energy and maybe not returning any good energy to you. Even though they want to hang out with you, if you don't want to hang out with them or spend time with them, that's completely fine. You don't have to have many friends in order to be happy. You just need a few that you can really trust and talk about anything with that gives you support and that makes you feel good. Just like a love relationship, friendship should have compromise as well. If the other person's not compromising and you're the one always giving in to their needs and wants, then it's not a very good relationship. This makes me sound like I am having beef with a lot of people. Well, actually, I don't have beef with anybody. I love all the people around me. I personally think I am so blessed because I'm surrounded by good people and nice people. But I am an introvert, so that means I like focusing my energy on few important people that really matter that I can have a real conversations about. It's good to talk about what movie you watched or what kind of fashion's in trend or what the weather's like. blah blah. But for me, I like talking about things that I actually feel connected to. And to those people that I can have those kind of conversations with, I would like to share more of my energy to. And I would also like to spend that energy on myself, learning how to develop myself. And those are the things that I have learned in 2020 and how I have changed as a person. I honestly do think getting older, you do change as a person and how you see things and how you think. Recently, I've been thinking a lot more and more about life and how interesting it is. It's honestly so interesting. Life is definitely not easy, but it is definitely worth living for. So I hope you guys wrap up 2020 well, and for 2021, let's all become better and happier people. Thanks for watching, and that's it for today. Bye!